Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on another episode of Manchester United. How are we all doing tonight? Thank you very much for joining us. 2 points to whoever can tell me what that theme tune was from. Let me know. Stay Gold's already got it. Well done, sir. You are old like me. Welcome in the stream, mate. How you doing there, bud? Everybody else as well, thank you very much for joining us and getting in here. I appreciate you. What's going on, guys? Indeed, it's more soap opera, it's more drama going on at this football club tonight. What's happening, guys? Thank you very much for joining us and waiting for us to get going here, you bunch of legends. How are you all doing this evening? Let's see who's in the live chat today. Big up yourself, Aaron. Thank you very much for putting the link to the Twitter link in there, my son. Give us a cheeky little repost. If you can do, your name will pop up down in the right-hand corner and we'll give you a cheeky little shout-out later on in the show. Aaron, thanks so much there, bud, for putting the link in there. I appreciate it. Luan France, how are you tonight? Simon, Hoopman, Henrik, yes, indeed, J.R. Ewing. Who shot J.R., lad? Duke of Rodtown, get in there. Mohammed, Chewbacca, what's going on? Abel, Stagel, Johnny, everybody. Rushmano, who shot Sancho? Get in there, my son. Evening, Steve McGregor, Luke Knight, Staygold, what's going on? Everybody, look, thank you very much, every single one of you legends, for getting in here. Double salute to Berber, who's been a member for 44 months. Get in there, you legend, mate. Thank you very much for getting in here raw and supporting the channel for nearly 4 years now, you hero. Get some big love in the live chat there for Berber, 44-month legend. And he says, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Berber. I appreciate you being a legend of the channel, mate. One of the long-time, long-schlong moderators here. Thank you so much, buddy. Hope you're keeping well tonight, lad. And do as he says and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you guys are indeed new here. We're going to cover all the latest United news tonight over the next hour or so. So strap yourselves in. Drop a like. It will help the channel out. Smash that thumbs up. It's free. And subscribe. As we said, we're only a few people away now from the next mini milestone of 74,400 subscribers. So if you are new, make sure you get yourself involved by subscribing, and if you're on catch up later, get down below in the not live comment section and give us a cheeky little comment. Nice one. Right, okay then, peeps. So let's just get stuck into the latest news. Before we do, Philip Chapman has got in here with a hashtag 15-month member comment. Big love to you as well, Mr. Chapman, lad. Get in. He says, I agree with Berber. Thank you so much there, Mr. Chapman. Yes, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip Chapman. That is awesome of you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a member for 15 months. Legends among us. Right, I guess we better start off with what I would consider is, guff transfer news. I don't know. I mean, there is some guff transfer news coming out this evening. I'm on social media. I'm looking at all the different things that are coming about this particular guff transfer news and the latest goings down. I would say goings on, but it's actually goings down, isn't it? Because it's a downgrade of our right wing if we do end up signing him. But listen, obviously, we are being linked at this moment in time, it looks like, to Anwar El Ghazi. You what? That's right, Anwar El Ghazi apparently being linked to Man United. He is a free agent at this moment in time. Obviously, ex-Aston Villa player. Dutch vibes. Dutch vibes. Eindhoven vibes. Only 28 years of age. Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah, that guy. Anwar El Ghazi. Roddy Can't Game, thank you very much for the super sticker. Says, how's it going? It's not going too shabbily, my man. How are you getting on? Thank you very much for the super sticker of justice. Super sticker of love. Mate, get in there. Let's get a cheeky little sue in there for Roddy. Thank you so much there, buddy. Yep, exactly. Well, there you go. Ronnie Dodge, thank you for getting in here. Says, El Ghazi left Ajax in 2017 and Eric took over in 2017. Absolutely. So, look, there is some sort of Dutch vibes on the go here. I mean, look, the point is we're being linked to somebody to come in and replace or give us options, at least in that right-wing position, because we do have, well, an abundance of issues over in that area at this moment. We've got, obviously, these problems with Antony, which he's been given a leave of absence, or, a leave of absence. He's been given at this moment in time to go away and defend himself, basically, because he's facing lots of legal issues right now. We've also got this big problem with old Billy Big Bollocks himself, Jadon Sancho. He's the man with the monster ego. He obviously thinks that he's a scapegoat because he doesn't get selected every single pig in game, even though he's crap. So he is a big problem for Manchester United, no doubt, as well. And, he is a player that we've given quite a lot of faith in over the last couple of years, spent a lot of money on, etc. And he's not really potentially going to be available. Unless he can back down, he's still got these things pinned to his social media, etc. Unless he's going to delete that message and apologise, it's very unlikely that he will be brought back into the side at this moment anyway by Erik ten Hag. Which means that United are going to be a little bit threadbare, I suppose, in that right-wing position. But are we, though? So there's this link to El Ghazi. Let me pop that up on the screen. I mean, it is a speculative link. Let me just say that with a capital spec, because it is a speculative link at this moment in time. It's Chris Wheeler's reporting that Man United are, looking at Anwar El Ghazi, ex-Aston Villa star, amid uncertainty hanging over Antony and Sancho. Okay, cool. I mean, look, I guess it's not the worst sort of link, because he is available as a free agent. He's not going to cost you a lot of money at all in order to bring this guy in. He has got some Premier League experience. He has got that Dutch connection, suppose, with Erik ten Hag. But it's just super uninspiring, isn't it? We're going from gash to gasher. So Sancho and Antony, much as you can say they've not really had a very good time of it over the last season or so, I'd rather them than Anwar El Ghazi, to be fair. I mean, if we actually look at Anwar El Ghazi's statistics over the years, he's not terrible. In the Eredivisie last season, got 23 appearances, 8 goals. Season before that, Premier League, 9 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. That's garbage. In the 2021 season, though, for Aston Villa, he was able to get 10 goals in 28 games, no assists. The season before that, 34 appearances in the Premier League, 4 goals, 4 assists. The season before that, he's playing in the Championship. So look, obviously, this is gash. He's a gash player for Man United standards, if we're being totally honest. He's somebody that, he's got some experience. He's basically just a body. You might as well just tell Mitchell van der Gaard to put a kit on and head out there. It's just a fucking body. He's a big potato with arms and legs. That's what's going on. So we're just getting somebody to come in there and play. And okay, he is, I guess, a decent player. I mean, he's had a couple of caps for the Netherlands, 2 caps. He's 28, so he's not over the hill in terms of his career now. He is obviously still in his prime. But what's his prime? What's Anwar El Ghazi's prime? Is it about the same as, I don't know, fucking hell, David Beckham when he's 69? Because I'd still rather take Becks now, to be fair, just to whip those balls in, take those corners and smash those free kicks, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, there's obviously levels to this game, and he's a bit of a mediocre melt bag. He's all right, isn't he? He's better than a kick in the anus, I suppose, but crikey, I mean, let's just ask the live chat right at the start of this stream very quickly this evening. Would you take Anwar El Ghazi at Manchester United on a free? Yes or no? Get your thoughts and opinions in. Yes or no? Would you have him on a free transfer right now? He's just a big potato with arms and legs, guys. What are we doing with this guy? Let's see. No, says Paul, and Dimmy. No, says Nas. To the airport, says Red Olsen. Yes, says Sing Games. No. You'll take a kick in the anus. Nope. Toilet, says Massey. No, says Woody. Yes, says Martin Carlo. Rich Sports, how have you been, mate? I haven't seen you for a bit. Hope you're keeping well, bud. Get in there, my son. How are you? Yes, says SJC. Correa. David Diaz says no. Hell no. Of course not, says Kate Cadet. Free is free. Free is free, Michelle Ellis. You're right about that, Free is free. That's certainly true. I'd almost go as far as to say I'd rather Jesse Lingard. In fact, I would. I would rather Jesse, the not-so-messy Lingard, than Anwar El Ghazi coming back to Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? It's a redonkulous signing if we went and gone and got him, to be fair. It's bang average. It doesn't really do much for our team, in my opinion. Okay, it's another body. But you know what, though? Why don't we just have a look at some of the youth players, some of the options we've got in our team right now, and play them? We have a little lad who goes by the name of Facundo Palistri, who should be coming in to play these games that we are absent without the likes of Antony and without the likes of Sancho, potentially. We've then got another lad who we paid a £40 million for from Atalanta just a couple of years back, who hasn't really had a fair crack of the whip yet at United, and he goes by the name of Ahmad Diallo. There's a couple of players right there who can grasp an opportunity. Sometimes you put these players into these pressure situations and the diamond is produced. We've actually discovered a couple of players from having to play players out of necessity in recent years. Marcus Rashford's whole career is based on that. You know, if we didn't have injury concerns when Louis van Gaal was at the football club and have to basically stick in Marcus Rashford, and he actually came in and scored and was successful in that time as an 18-year-old lad or whatever, we probably never see Marcus Rashford get to the level that he's at right now. Give these youngsters some chances. That's what I'm saying. Why are we not trying to give these opportunities to youngsters? To be fair, we probably are. Seems like there's a lot of bullshit going around at the moment with these sorts of links right now. Personally think this is probably just another guff link. Oh, United need a right winger, so let's just look at the free agents list and make up a story about it. You know, it's that kind of vibe to me. So I don't genuinely think we're going to end up signing El Ghazi, but there is links with Anwar El Ghazi, and I guess stranger things have happened. He is a footballer who is available. And you know how United like a cheap footballer who's available, rather than go and get necessarily who we should have been going to get. We just, we can sign somebody. He's basically just like a right-wing version of Wout Weghorst, isn't he, this guy? Thank you so much for getting in here, Zayn Miyasi, with another little super chat here from Zayn. Zayn the Pain, bringing that pain. What's happening there, Zayn the Pain Miyasi? He says, we could be going after Evan Ferguson. Your target compared to ours is like Terminator Genesis versus Terminator 2. Zayn Miyasi, thank you very much for getting in here, bro. I appreciate you. Well, Evan Ferguson apparently is a United fan as a lad, so I'm pretty sure he'd rather eat a shit sandwich for breakfast every day for the next 3 years than play for you, Meltbags, if Man United go in for him, which hopefully we will do. So I think you're grasping at straws there, really, Zayn Miyasi. The only way he would choose Arsene Holland over Man United is if Man United don't even bother to go and get him. But obviously, as a young player, he does look like a great player. He's a Manchester United fan as a youngster. So you're talking absolute guff, lad. Nobody wants to go and play for the Arsene Hollands, my lad. Your target compared to ours is like Terminator Genesis versus Terminator 2. To be fair to you, Zayn Miyasi, that's a little bit harsh, bud. You know, I would say right now, Manchester United are probably somewhat of a Terminator Salvation. You know, bad times are hard. We don't have Arnie in this movie, but we have got somebody else who's, come in here. Christian Bale, his name is, and it's a good, solid movie, you know what I mean? It's nothing exceptional. It's certainly not Terminator 2. It's not Terminator 1. It's not up there, mate. But it's okay. It's palatable, right? Unfortunately, Arsene Hollands, as per the usual complete bottle job that you displayed towards the end of last season, you're more like Terminator Dark Fate, mate. That's what you are. You're not even Genesis, bro. You're Terminator Dark Fate, the worst fucking Terminator movie in the history of existence, lad. That's what you are, bud. Linda Hamilton coming back after all these years. Arnie working in a fucking curtain shop as a cyborg. You what? What's that all about? Fucking shite. Undoing the whole John Connor storyline arc in the first fucking opening gambit of the movie, mate. Spoiler alert. Yeah? That's fucking you. You are Terminator Dark Fate, a big pile of shite, lad. That's what you are. We might not be the Terminator 2, Terminator 1 glory days like we were under Sir Alex, lad. We may be Salvation style right now. But you, sir, you're not even Genesis, lad. You're Dark Fate, mate. And that's more appropriate for you Arsene Hollands melts anyway, because let's face it, your season this season has got a Dark Fate. Like it does every season, lad. Like you did last season, bottoming it from a winning position, you absolute dealt with. Right, there you go, mate. Cheers for getting in, though, bud. Appreciate that. Right, let's crack on with the latest on El Ghazi once again. As I say, he is somebody that, oh, do you know what? Fuck off, Miyasi, lad. You didn't terminate jack shit, lad. We terminated ourselves. In fact, the officials terminated us, bud. You had Robert Patrick, the fucking liquid T1000 metal prick in the VAR room, you cheating bastards. That's what you had. Garnacho's goal was a goal, and then you fucking just capitalised on it, mate. You were given those points. You're a fucking robbing bastard. Anyway, so Antony, yeah, whatever. Anyway, get off my screen. Antony's not going to be playing for United for the time being. We'll get into his stuff in a little bit. Of course, Sancho, very unlikely that there can be that relationship repaired in such a short time with Erik ten Hag, particularly with the fact that he's still got that stuff pinned on his social media. Very, very unlikely that he's going to be given an olive branch to play straight away. Maybe in the future, maybe in a few weeks. But at this moment in time, it's doubtful that Sancho's going to be playing. So that leaves, as I was saying, Amad Diallo, Pellistri. You can even play one or two players out of position there who can play there. People such as Bruno Fernandes, who we've seen play on the right-hand side before. He's a great player. He's very versatile. He's got the eye, he's got the vision, got the crossing ability. He can play there, I suppose. It's not ideal, but you could give it Bruno for a while. You've also got people like Mason Mount, who, in all fairness, maybe could be utilised out there as well. So you've got a few options there. I don't really see the need for us to go and buy or sign another player, even if it's a free transfer, just because he's a body that's available that can play in those positions. He's obviously clearly not a bad player. He's had some decent sort of moments in his career. He played 119 times for Aston Villa, 26 goals, 16 assists. He played 100 times for Ajax, 23 goals, 16 assists. A couple of seasons at Lille, Eindhoven, etc. You know, he's not a bad player, but he's also not United standard. He's not what we should be going for. It'd be a massive downgrade from the likes of Sancho and even Antony, who haven't performed particularly well for the last year. So it just doesn't really impress me much. We could, yeah, exactly there, Jamza. Mount can play there as well. Get in there, Jamza. Mount can play there as well. So why even bother and go and get this guy at this moment? I don't see it. So I don't really understand the link. Hopefully we just go and give the opportunity to Facundo. Let me just ask the live chat. Thank you, Sing Games. We smashed 100 likes already. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that thumbs up button. Please do continue to hit the likes on the stream if you haven't done so. Drop a little like on it. You know it makes sense. Cheers, Sing Games, lad. Okay, so, you know, you've obviously seen who's available, heard who's available. We know who's not available. Who would be your choice to play right wing at this moment in time? Like, if you can just give a player an opportunity to play there for the next couple of months, whatever the case may be, who's it going to be for you? Let us know in the chat. Isaac Hansen Aaron, only 19, should give him a run in the team. Perhaps Carabao Cup, bags of talent. A great shout, Tommy Boyle, lad. Absolutely. Give some youngsters opportunities here. This is the perfect opportunity for us to try and produce a great young talent, give chances to a youngster. Yeah, good shout, Kingslayer. I actually do humbly agree entirely with you. Kingslayer says Pellistri, Diallo, Mount in that order. Yeah, I don't want to see Bruno Fernandes played out there myself, even though he's an absolute insane baller, because I think it takes away something from, you know, the centre of the pitch where he's so dynamic and awesome for us and creates so many chances. You know, he's better off in the middle of the pitch. So yeah, if anybody's going to be going out there to sort of fill in, it should be Mason Mount. And Pellistri, Diallo, they're obviously wingers, so it makes sense to give them an opportunity. Play Facundo, says Abel. Keith Lard says Pellistri. Pellistri says Paul. Yeah, Maguire white wing instead of El Cache. Bloody hell, that is really a reach right there. But fair play, I see what you're saying. Get in there, Harry Maguire. Play the youth, I completely agree, Luan. Yes, indeed. Pellistri says Nas. Pellistri. So you can see from the live chat, hey, K Slater says Pellistri. McTominay, you are. I mean, you can see from the live chat here that most people want to see Facundo Pellistri given the chances. He was good in pre-season. Let's hope that Ten Hag feels that way also and is prepared to give him the chance, because it seems a waste if we're just going to, put somebody else in there in that position. Even Mount. It just seems a waste not to give that chance to Pellistri at this moment in time. So, yeah, I hope that's the case. Look, this link with El Ghazi, it's probably a load of bollocks. There is some reports about this, though, and, you know, you've got to talk about them, but my humble opinion is that it's just not really that serious. I don't think we're going to go and get El Ghazi on a free. If we do, more fool us, because I think it's a bit of a pathetic signing at this stage. It's just obviously a complete panic signing, extra body coming in. And that's true, Tommy. He says Alanga for Fuxley. Stupid move letting him go. He's having a nice time of it over at Notts Forest. I mean, at the time, I thought it made sense. But now, because of the issues that we've got in our wide areas with all of a sudden overnight, two of our senior players who can play there not being involved, Sancho and Antony, it causes us big problems. So, yeah, I mean, in hindsight, it would have been nice to have something like Antony Alanga around at this moment. To be fair, we've still got a couple of other players that can play on the right wing. So we've seen Rashford play out there. We can even have Tony Martial play out there, of course. You've got Garnacho, I suppose, who could switch over to the other side and play on that right side. There's no reason not. You know, these guys could obviously go and fill in and do a job. So I really do think we've got enough cover there anyway. It's not ideal. Of course, our senior right wingers are not available right now. But beyond that, we've got some options. We've got some youngsters. Get in there, my son. Just in regards to Sancho. So Sancho's obviously, the situation with Jadon Sancho is, well, it's not good, is it, guys? It's not good, is it? I mean, look, the fact is, Man United are not happy about his outburst on social media. And as you can see from, you know, this report here, which is via Graham Bailey, it just says that United are concerned that Jadon Sancho's critical social media post remains and is pinned to the top of his X account. Of course they would be. It's literally pinned to the top of his X account, guys, for everybody to see. There it is right there in the bottom right corner. He's got that he's got that statement that he made and basically criticising Ten Hag, alluding to the fact that he's lying and that he's a great trainer and he's being scapegoated on this stuff. He's still got that pinned to the top of his social media pages. And if that's the case, as long as that's the case, there's no way back for Jadon Sancho at the football club. Of course, Ten Hag's not going to just fold and bend over and let player power rule the day. He's got to be authoritative and he's got to take his stance of, not taking any shit from nobody. So in regards to Sancho, there's no way back for Sancho unless Sancho does what he needs to do, which is apologise, try and right the wrongs, get rid of this stupid statement, and hold his hands up and say, I was wrong, and go into the office, crawl on his hands and knees through broken glass, and kiss the wooden clog that Erik Ten Hag is wearing, and apologise. If he's prepared to do that, then maybe, just maybe, there's a way back for him in the future, in the near future. Not immediately, because you still have to make an exhibition of him and punish him for his absolute insubordinance. But for the time being, we've got some cover, but it would be nice, based on the Antony situation, to have Sancho available. I think he's pretty bang average, and he's always been pretty crap for us. Jadon Scamcho. He scammed Manchester United with the amount of money he gets paid and the amount of money we pay for him. Scamcho's a melter. Let's say it how it is. But he's still a decent sort of an option to have in the squad in the wide areas that we could probably do with to have at the moment. But I'm really not that bothered if Sancho stays or goes in the long term. Right now, I think we do need some help. But in the long term, not that bothered if he stays or goes because he just looks like a bit of a melter. He's not really got the right mentality for Manchester United. And he also kind of... his ego's wrong. His attitude's wrong. He's got a bad attitude, the lad. Zane Miassi with another super chat. Get in there, Zane. Thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat, mate. What's this guff you've got to say now? He says, Sancho, join the Arsenal revolution. Arteta will make a man of you. Plus he misses London. Mate, yellow card for you, Samiassi lad, for talking absolute shite and derailing the show for no particular good reason at all, mate. Yellow card for you. There is no point of Jadon Sancho going to Arsene Hollands, mate, for a start. You've got Bukayo Saka. You've got Martinez. He's not going to get in your fucking team, just like he couldn't get in our fucking team, bud. Give it 2 weeks at being at Arsene Hollands, he'll be fucking scapegoating himself again, mate. Calling himself a scapegoat. He'll be doing a bloody post on social media criticising Arteta. He's that sort of melter lad. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who he's playing for. This happened once in a few years ago back at Dortmund as well. It'd be the same thing for you. Just so you know, he's not going to get in your first team anyway. This is a compliment to your players. A compliment to your players, which I don't often do. But, Bukayo Saka or Sancho, it's not even close based on every aspect, every metric of football. Saka, heck of a player, to be fair to him. Like his attitude, does the business, consistent, battler, performs. Sancho, on the other hand, absolute meltoid. So it's not even close, really. He's not going to get into your team either, bud. The only place I could see him really going in the Premier League would be somewhere who's a bit... some of these teams are a bit melty, who are on the fringe of being a top side. He needs a really big top side to go and play for because he's an egomaniac, it seems. But, so somebody... But not really one of the top sides. Probably someone like Spurs or Chelsea or one of these shit bags I could maybe see him stay and go to. The reality is, he'll probably stay at United, taking his massive paycheck, sucking in at the teat, and then, I don't know, maybe piss off back to the Bundesliga. But that's absolute nonsense from you, Miassi. You're just talking words in the chat for the sake of it. He's obviously not going to go to Arsenal. You're not going to want him. There's no way that Arsenal would even want him, mate, let alone get in your team. It's just an absolute debacle of a comment from you there, bud. But thank you for getting in there and having your say and sending us £9.99. It is appreciated. Hey, look, Zane Miassi, as I've said to you many times, if you're sending me a super chat for £9.99, you can say whatever mindless bullshit, absolute made-up, guff, fabricated, moronic shite you want in the live chat, mate. That's the way I am, mate. You know what I mean? You stick a tenner behind it, I'll let you have your say of absolute bollocks, lad. But that's what it is. Let's make no mistake. I will say it how it is. If it is bollocks, you can say your bollocks, mate, as far as I'm concerned, for a tenner a pop. But guess what? It is just that, absolute mundane drivel. Luan France, thank you very much for getting in here with your $5 super chat there from Canada. Says, I'm sorry, but I think if that's Sancho's belief, he has the right to stand up for his beliefs. He obviously feels that he's correct. Well, fair enough, Luan France, that's cool. I mean, I get it. I mean, Ten Hag didn't have to talk about it publicly, did he? But he did. He was asked about the fact that Sancho wasn't in that matchday squad for Arsenal, and he said that it's down to the fact that Sancho hadn't trained well that week. So Sancho obviously felt personally attacked from Erik Ten Hag, speaking in public about him. And if he really passionately felt like he had trained well that week, then perhaps that, maybe there is some basis to him being right. Let's just ask the live chat. It's a fair point, Luan. I'm sure other people have your opinion with the same opinion as you. Smash a 1 in the chat if you agree with Luan, you think he was right to do what he did, or at least he was justified. Smash a 2 if you think he shouldn't have done that. Let us know. I'm in the shouldn't camp, but I know people like Sing Games, etc., think that it was only right to respond after Ten Hag publicly called him out. So I don't think you're alone on that one. Zamiasi says every summer pre-season they should send players on a 2-week SAS course to man them up. Finally, something I might actually agree with, Zamiasi says tonight. Yeah, fair play to you, Zamiasi, lad. Absolutely, bud. He says every summer pre-season they should send players on a 2-week SAS course to man them up. I rate that, to be honest. I rate that. I kind of think we should be doing what South Korea do with their players. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're, Sun Heung-min, you got to go and do a bit of national service. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think we should do with all of our youth of this country, to be fair there, ABS, because we are turning into a bunch of melters and snowflakes over here, my friend. Wouldn't it be good if you had to go, when you're like 16, 17, 18 years of age, you had to go and do a cheeky bit of national service as a mandatory situation? I think that would man up a lot of this nation's youth, mate, and help. That's a great shout, Zabiasi, lad. I like it. For once, you've said something that is absolute not complete tosh. Thank you, Zabiasi. Good shout. These players need an SAS camp, lad, 100%. And our strikers need a different type of SAS camp. They need to hang out with fucking Sheringham and Shearer, the SAS for England, or even Shearer and fucking Sherwood or whatever, or even fucking, Solskjaer and, let's go with, somebody else. Let's go with that. But yeah, they could fucking basically learn how to finish is what I'm saying. That's what we could do with, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you so much for that, mate. Get in there, my son. Sutton, that's what I meant to say, not Sherwood. Did I say Sherwood? I meant Sutton. I meant Sutton, obviously. Obviously, I meant Sutton. The SAS for Blackburn back in the day. Obviously, I meant Sutton. Anyway, okay, yes, what a load of old tosh, but I agree with that one. Nice one, mate. Thank you very much. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're just getting in the stream, do us a favour, smash the like button on it. It's free to smash the likes. Hit the thumbs ups. Give us a like spike. Help us compete with clickbaiters and corporations. Drop a thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Get yourself involved. We're on here daily with all the latest United news. So get involved. Get involved there, my friends. SDJ Correa says the Arsenal guy is good for the show. Well, I guess he's kind of good for the show in the sense that he, brings up banterous comments and we have to talk about just absolute nonsense from time to time. I guess it does make a little bit of a change. He's definitely good for the old AdSense account as well. You know what I mean? With his $9.99 super chat, Zane is a big supporter of the show in that sense. You know what I mean, SDGC Correa lad? You're absolutely not wrong there, bud. Big up, Zamiasi. One of the finest shite talkers in all of the internet. Respect. You love Zane, says Luan France. Fair play to you, Luan, yeah. I mean, let's do this vote, guys. Smash a yes or a no in the live chat if you like Zane's contribution to this channel. This is going to be as polarising as the should Greenwood stay fucking topic. You know what I mean? Oh, get in there. Few no's coming in here, but a lot of yeses coming in here, to be fair. Few no's coming in here. I mean, it must be quite frustrating sometimes when you just want to talk about United and you've got this bloody Arsenal meltoid coming in, interjecting all the time. But yeah, lots of yeses coming in. You see, there you go. Zane's got the vote of confidence in the live chat. Love Zane, says Ben. Yes, says Jamser. Fair play, no, says Vincent Gordon. Need his all money. Yes, says Kingslayer. Yes, says Ben. No, says Queenie. Do you know what? I'm actually surprised with that. Most people in the live chat respecting a bit of Zamiasi in here. That is crazy, isn't it? He brings the comedy to this Disco Dave. Love the banter. He's good fun. Sometimes. He's funny, though. Yeah, fair play. There you go. Zamiasi, you are a bacon brigadier, mate, whether you like it or not. It seems like everybody likes a bit of Zamiasi in this live chat, bar one or two. And I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them at all. Anyway, okay. Hey, what's going on, Mark N? Welcome in, broski. Right then, let's get back on. He'll pay your rent for you by the end of the month. Can't argue with that. Precisely there, Tommy boy. That's what I'm saying. Good lad is saying yes, good lad. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to move on now. But, yeah, look, Dortmund apparently have some interest in Jadon Sancho. Will he be able to repair his relationship with Ten Hag? Probably not in the short term. Maybe in the long run, if he's prepared to back down and prepared to delete these sorts of tweets and things like that he's currently still got up on his page, which is a shambles. You can't have players from Man United sticking to their guns on stuff like this, really. It is an absolute shambles. So there we have it. It's unfortunately it is a problem right now United have to address. But for now, we've got Facundo Pellistri, we've got Amad Diallo who can play right now, and I think that we should absolutely just give the youngsters an opportunity. But look, Dortmund apparently monitoring the situation of Jadon Sancho. I guess he could easily go back to Dortmund if they could actually afford the guy, but I don't think they can afford him. I just asked the chat for a bit of fun. So in January, if Jadon Sancho is to go somewhere else, where do you think he'll end up going to? Will it be a rival Premier League move? Will he stay at Manchester United until the end of the season, or will he go to Saudi Arabia? Will he go to Germany, Bundesliga, Bayern, or Dortmund? Let us know what you think. I mean, I don't know. I do think that there's a big problem with selling Jadon Sancho. Fulham, says Alex Core. Abroad, says Johnny. Yeah, Dortmund, 100%. Okay, Charlie, great shout. But the thing is, right, the problem with Dortmund, in my opinion, is just the fact that They will struggle to afford the guy because of his wages. He's a very expensive player. Travis, great shout, Travadino says Kettering Town. if only. So look at this. Obviously, here's something that I agree with from social media earlier on as well, which is from basically Germany. Sport Bild in Germany reporting that Jadon Sancho returning to Borussia Dortmund in January is currently not possible. They can't afford his salary. I think that's bang on. How could they possibly afford his salary when he's being paid, some reports say 350 grand a week, other reports say 250 grand a week, but between those two figures, it's an obscene amount of cash that this guy is paid. It's way more than he's actually worth, at least double what he should be getting paid, more than double what he should be getting paid, really, based on his actual performances and the sort of player that he is. Okay, maybe he's worth a fair bit to a club like Dortmund, who did have him at the club when he was a teenager and a young player and was doing really great things. So perhaps they'd be prepared to go reasonably high in the wages for him, like, I don't know, 150 grand a week or something like that. But they're not going to be prepared to pay what we pay him because nobody is. He's just a bit of an average player. Yes, he's a big name. I suppose you've got to add in the marketability of the guy. He's an English homegrown player, but they're not going to care about that in Germany. So, he's got some value, but he's not really that saleable, as we've said before. He's on too much cash, which prices him out of a lot of moves to a lot of different clubs. Very difficult to expect another football club who's not Man United to pay him 300k a week, say. It's a fucking shambles. It's too much cash. And then obviously the price tag on top of it as well. United paid 73 mil for this guy a couple of years ago. And they're not going to be prepared to just give him away for nothing. So he'd have to be seen receiving some sort of money for him up front as well, which means that it just stops him moving anywhere because nobody's going to pay, 30 million or whatever the minimum is that Man United would receive, would want to receive for selling the guy. And then they're going to have to pay him crazy wages, or United are going to have to then pay the remainder of his contract and make up the difference. He's almost unsaleable. I just don't think he can actually sell the guy. The only way I think is a potential swap deal. Rushmano says Sancho's a massive dickhead, as all he had to do is give it 72 hours and he would be in the team. Seems petulant to me. Spot on, Rushmano, I know. Obviously, I guess the timing of that Antony situation and everything, right, didn't really help him, but I mean, he could have instantly backtracked as well. He could have instantly backtracked and then he would have, like you say, been getting in the team. He could have just got his head down and just not done this to begin with. That would have been the best situation. And like you say, then he would have been in the team straight away. He would have been banged straight in the team. It was known that, one of the big issues that Sancho had at United and with Ten Hag was the fact that he was selecting Antony ahead of him, who hadn't been performing to a great standard really for a while. So why the hell should he be getting in ahead of Sancho is what Sancho was thinking, basically. And, you've got some sort of argument for that. But, of course, Antony works hard for the team. Jadon Sancho doesn't. I guess that's the only difference. It's not like Antony was setting the world alight playing football United, because he hasn't been. But, yeah, I guess hard work means something. And Ten Hag, I guess if he feels that that was the case, that he wasn't working hard in training, and he certainly wasn't looking good in the games, why should he get selected ahead of Antony? But like you say, he could have just carried on as he was, and then he would have been straight back in the team, wouldn't he? Straight back in the team. Antony with all these issues going on, and Sancho gets stuck straight in there. But as things are, he's still out in limbo because he's just not going to play for us while this is all going on. He's still got that tweet up. He's still got the pinned tweet. He needs to delete it, retract it, submit a public apology. If he does that and apologises and say, I was wrong to question my manager's authority and his motivations for trying to motivate me. You know, Ten Hag's got his methods. Who am I to say that he's wrong to do what he said, you know? Even if I disagree with him, I have to say that I respect his opinion, and his opinion is the most important opinion of anybody at United, because he's the first team coach, and he's the guy I need to impress to get into the side. So I apologise to Erik Ten Hag. I humbly, publicly apologise. I will get down and kiss your wooden clog when I see you and shine your bald head, lad. If he did something like that, then just maybe this guy would be allowed an olive branch. But right now, it's very unlikely he's going to play for us because he's just too proud, it seems. He's too stuck to his guns on this. Make a decision, make a change, and apologise. That's what he needs to do. Duncan Belifo, thank you for getting in here with a 13-month membership comment. Hashtag 13. Come on. Duncan Belifo says, I subbed my ex. She don't know yet. I may be in the shit. What the fuck, mate? You subscribed your ex to this channel? Well, okay then. That's cool, mate. That's better. That's good option. Good option to do that instead of what some of these players are doing these days with their exes, lad. You know what I mean? But you what? Hey, thank you very much, guys. That's actually a good thing. I've never really thought about saying that to anybody. So, guys, you know, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers. Tell your friends about it. Tell your granny about it. Tell your family about it. Get them to subscribe on their YouTube accounts. But also, if you still got access to your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend's account, subscribe on that channel too. I never thought about that. Thanks for that, bro. Yeah, if you've got access to their accounts, get in there and give us a cheeky little subscribe on it. Good man. Thank you for getting in here, being a member for 13 months, buddy. Legend. Sub your exes. Exactly. Anyway, thank you very much for that. And thanks for being a member 13 months, you legend. That's awesome, broski. Legend. Speaking of exes, let's talk about Paul Pogba for a second, guys. We'll shelve the Sancho stuff for a second. I'm bored of talking about it, to be fair. It's on him to do his business now and rekindle that relationship with Ten Hag and apologise. I'm going to talk about one of our exes, Mr. Paul Pogba now, guys. Paul Pogba. You what? Suspended for doping? What the fuck's going on with Paul Pogba, guys? Check this out. So, he's tested positive for testosterone. Yeah, Tactician Tom, how you doing? Great video tonight, by the way, lad. Check out my brother's channel, Tactician Tom. He done a cheeky video tonight on a bunch of different topics. Go and check it out on his channel. Give him a subscribe if you haven't done. But yeah, he says Pogba's a disaster. Unfortunately, he's a bit of a disaster zone these days, isn't he? Dope fiend, says the Well, look, testosterone, it's an interesting one. It's, you know, it's illegal. It's fucking illegal in terms of the football doping laws. It's illegal. So he's obviously, I mean, at this moment in time, what I would say is that there's obviously a little thing we like to say on this channel. We've had to say it a lot recently, which is innocent until proven guilty, right? And at the moment, Paul Pogba is provisionally in the shit because he has been found to have testosterone in his system when tested. But he is expected to, you know, request to have the B sample tested, and if that doesn't find the same findings, then this may be squashed. So you do have to wait for that to happen before you can definitively say that that is 100% the case that he has doped. But he probably has done, based on the fact that, you know, he's provisionally been suspended for anti-doping offence. We don't know 100% if he'll be found out, you know, just yet. So you can't say definitively that he definitely has. But right now he has tested positive. He has given a positive sample, and therefore he has been provisionally suspended. So Fab says that Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba has now been provisionally suspended for anti-doping offence. Decision has been officially confirmed by Italy's National Anti-Doping Tribunal statement. So it's really serious stuff, this. Very serious stuff. And Juventus, obviously, you know, have had to sort of suspend the guy. Or essentially he's been suspended. Obviously, Juventus statement confirms they've now received formal communication from the National Anti-Doping Tribunal on Paul Pogba's situation. Pogba has been suspended for anti-doping offence. The club will consider how to act on the next steps of the process. Really not very good, is it? Very, very concerning, this about Paul Pogba. And, Paul Pogba's one of those players that we'll always look back on when he's gone and retired from the game, as a player that could have been so much more. He could have been one of the world's best players, to be fair, and at one point it was looking like he might be, but obviously based on, his attitude, his nonchalant nature of playing, and the way that he's just sort of conducting himself over the years, and maybe his toxic sort of attitude within the dressing rooms of the teams he's been in, and just his whole mentality to the game, really, he hasn't fulfilled that immense potential that he had. Okay, he's still won some things, he's won World Cups and all the rest of it, he's had a successful career as a footballer, of which most footballers would kill for, but he still could have been so much more, Paul Pogba, and this is just another example of him melting. So we let him go for a free. Some people are calling that crazy. It was the right thing for Man United to do. He went to Juventus, done absolutely nothing, and now he's a dope fiend. You know what I mean? So, just all I can do is give my head a big serious wobble about Paul Pogba right now, guys. What an absolute melter. But we have to wait and see if the B sample is, of course, if the B sample is going to test positive as well, essentially. So as I did mention, that he's got the right to request the B sample. So this is from Ben Jacobs. That says that Pogba is suspended as a precaution and has 3 days to request a B sample. If that's positive, he'll face a hearing unless he admits to taking the banned substance. If guilty, Pogba faces a 2-year ban, and this can be doubled if it was proven that the substance was taken deliberately. So he could be facing up to a 4-year ban, Paul Pogba, which would essentially end his career, wouldn't it? That'd be it. If he's not allowed to play football, then he's 31 now, is he? How old is Paul Pogba now, guys? Around about 30. But that's a significant amount of time. Even 2 years is a massive hindrance to somebody who's at the latter part of his career. He's 30, says the Hoop Man. Right, so Paul Pogba's 30. This could have him banned until he's 34, or at the minimum 32. So that's very serious stuff for Paul Pogba. I mean, I hope it's not true. I really do. I hope it's not true. I hope they've made a mistake, and I hope this B sample clears him, to be fair, and it's not true. But because I always try and see the best in people, I don't really want to think of Paul Pogba as a drugs cheat. I mean, we know he's had injury issues recently, right? And testosterone as a drug, it's basically used to repair muscles, to build muscles, to expedite your healing processes and things like that. You often hear a lot of people outside of sports talking about the massive benefits of testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, and things like that, where if you're an older gentleman who doesn't produce the same level of testosterone as when you're younger, you don't have the same ability to recover as quickly if you've got less testosterone in your body, in terms of muscle retention and muscle growth and things like that as well. You don't have the same ability as you get older to build or retain muscle either. And so from somebody who is an injury prone player, from somebody who's obviously had the last few years that Paul Pogba has had, to get that recovery boosted up there, to get that muscle repair, to get that that growth from the body going on quicker, is a big benefit to him. So it does kind of add up that maybe he would be using this, and if he has been tested positive for it, because of the situation he's been in. He's not just taking it for fun. It seems like he would be taking it to help aid his recovery, and to to be able to do it quicker and to a better standard, and not get injured again. So I do think that he's in the shit. He's in the shit here, but it does sound like, at least, that's probably the reason why he was taking it, to help him recover, to help him repair his injuries and things like that. Zamiasi says, where is Tactician Tom's reaction to the Arsenal game? It's only England versus Ukraine. He just did a video on the England versus Ukraine game about Southgate and stuff like that, Zamiasi. You do realise that was like a week ago, Zamiasi, lad, and we lost the game, mate. Dude. Tactician Tom will do what he wants to do on his channel, yeah? Yellow card for Zamiasi, mate. Yellow card for Zamiasi. That is the second yellow of the stream, mate. Red card. Early bath, son. Jog on, son. Zamiasi, there you go. You have been red carded, mate. 2 bookings. That's a 1-game ban, lad. You're off for a 1-game ban. Anyway, that's 2 yellow cards, mate, and you are sent, son. Off to the showers, off for an early bath indeed. Okay, no, nice one, but no, he could do what he wants to about me. He's not going to do a match reaction a week later to some bullshit Arsenal guff, is he? When you guys were fucking lucky in order to get that victory in the end. He's not going to do that, is he? Why not a straight red? Well, it's a good question, actually, Travis, you know. Just fancied giving him 2 cards instead of 1, you know. Anyway, so, yeah, whatever, Zamiasi. But, yeah, Paul Pogba, right? Paul Pogba, issues with Pogba at United. It is a big shame. Testosterone positive test has been found, and it's a really, really bad, sad situation. So Paul Pogba, you know, unfortunately, will probably face suspension if he is found guilty in the long run. And at this moment in time, he's obviously returned a positive test, and that's terrible. But I just wanted to talk about it because it is an ex-United player, and as we've said, he had the potential to be a fantastic player for the club. I mean, maybe Sir Alex Ferguson saw something in him that he didn't like because he was quite quick to just not give him the chances in the first team and let him go for nothing the first time around. He went away to Juventus. He was amazing for them, and he basically flourished into this epic player, or at least what seemed like an epic player, because for a number of seasons he was basically a match winner and a fantastic cog in their midfield over there at Juve, and he was doing great things. And of course he had that success with France as well. And so when we signed him back, I was genuinely quite happy about getting him back. I thought, oh, he's one of the ones that got away. So Alex Ferguson maybe was a little bit too delayed to give him his chances at United, and he's gone away and proved himself, and it's a good signing that we've got him back. Even if it was 80 million, it cost us an absolute fortune, more than that in agents' fees and things like that. Obviously, it turned out I was completely wrong about that, because Pogba never did it for United again. He was very bang average. You can count on one hand the amount of great games that he bossed at United for us. Proper gash. So, you know, it's a big shame. He's always going to be kind of the one that got away, though, because he had so much more potential and so much more to give in the game. If he had the right mentality and was able to, you know, control his ego, maybe focus more so on the games, work a bit harder and try and fulfill his potential, he could have been one of the best sort of midfielders of his generation. But as it is, he's going to fall by the wayside. Yeah, he's won some trophies. Yeah, he's won a World Cup winners' medal, etc. But he could have been so much more. Hashtag Paul Pogba's a melter, sadly. Right, let's move on with the rest of the news then. So we've got a few, just speaking of absolute midfield maestros and bosses, what about Bruno Fernandes, eh? What about Bruno Fernandes tonight, guys? I didn't actually watch the game, but, you know, saw a couple of clips on social media and stuff. And also just hearing all the accounts from pundits around social media and stuff. Sounds like Bruno Fernandes absolutely bossing it in a 9-0 victory over Luxembourg for Portugal tonight. And, you know, Portugal actually my tip to win Euro 2024. It's got a feeling that, you know, they're a very potent team. Very potent team. And look, 3 assists in under an hour tonight for Bruno. We also got a goal. 2 of them were an absolute joke. I actually think he's bordering underrated at this point. This is from Alex Turk. And just wanted to put that up on the screen just to let anybody know he did get 3 assists in under an hour. And 2 of them were an absolute joke. And he scored a goal as well. The guy's an absolute boss. They were playing Luxembourgian farmers, it has to be said. Zamiasi. Thank you, Zamiasi, for getting in with a cup of wine, bro. Appreciate the $3.99 super sticker of a cup of wine. Cheers, dude, or Cherryade, or whatever that is, mate. Don't know. It's probably, in fact, it looks like the menstruation of Arsenal supporters. What you've put up in there on the screen. But thanks so much for getting in here, there, Zamiasi, with another super sticker there. That's very much appreciated, bro. Thank you so much. I heard that their periods attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation. Cheers for that, Zamiasi. Big up yourself, Jarvis Cocker. How you doing? How you doing? Anyway, right, so Bruno Fernandes doing bits. That's all I got to say about that. He's a fucking unit, this guy. What a beast. He's obviously going to be exceptional for Man United. Since he joined the Premier League, he's got by far and away the most created chances in the Premier League. Even way more than Kevin De Bruyne. So the guy's clearly an absolute boss. There's just another, speaking of Portuguese vibes, there's another player who plays over in Portugal who apparently is being linked to United at this moment. I'll put it up on the screen. It's a bit of a speculative link. But Eric Ten Hag wants Benfica centre-back Antonio Silva. Ten Hag believes Silva would add quality competition and fits perfectly into his plans. A report from social media. Interesting link. Just thought I'd mention it. You know, it's the first time we've sort of been linked with this guy, so I thought I'd mention it. But it's probably absolute guff. I mean, to be fair, anybody's better than Slabo Maguire. Let's be honest, anybody's better than the absolute human slab. So there you go. Just another positive link, I suppose, for United. Let's talk about some sort of Glazer shithousery for a second, and then we'll move on to the Antony dos Santos info. We have got some more info on Antony dos Santos. I'm saving that to the end because it's just like negative shit, hearsay, guff stuff, which I don't really want to talk about anymore, but we will cover it because there's new news on Antony. But before we do, let's talk about some Glazer shithousery type stuff. So at this moment in time, it's reported that United are negotiating with Qualcomm, the guys behind Snapdragon processors in mobile devices, for potential new sponsorship deal. So this is from Adam Crafton, who reports that United are in advanced talks over a new front of shirt sponsorship with the US technology company Qualcomm, in a deal that would see them earn £60 million per year. It would be expected to commence in time for the 24-25 campaign. So, get out of our football club, the Glazer shithouses. I don't want to see them, agree in any more big sponsorship deals and generating more cash while they're still here, because it just gives them another reason to not piss off. They did that big deal with Adidas recently as well, 900 million over 10 years or whatever it is, and we don't need them to be able to whore Manchester United out and make more money at this moment in time. But that is a link at the moment anyway. Qualcomm, potential new shirt sponsor. Anything's better than TeamViewer. In all fairness, TeamViewer is absolute guff. It's an absolute steaming pun of guff is TeamViewer. What an awful shirt sponsor. Just what an awful brand to be associated with. TeamViewer. TeamViewer is awful. TeamViewer is just basically for your bosses to snoop on you at work and make sure you're doing your job. And it's also for a bunch of scammers to use to try and scam you out of money and shite on your computer, So it's not really a very great thing to be involved with. I mean, Snapdragon and Qualcomm, I believe they are the makers of those Snapdragon processors and things like that are in your mobile devices. I've got one in my Samsung phone here. Snapdragon, that's better at least. At least it stands for something. It's still not as great as some of the sponsors we've had in previous years. I mean, who really cares? Who really cares? But there you go. So I just thought I'd mention it. And also, look, there's another report as well here tonight that suggests that the Glazer shithouses are still in the sale process. There's been a lot of to-in and fro-in recently about whether or not the Glazers would be staying at Manchester United for an extended period of time, or whether they would indeed sell the football club. We heard some quotes yesterday from Sir Jim Ratcliffe which suggest that he's very confident still of winning the bid, and then we haven't heard from people like Sheikh Jassim or Sir Jim that this deal is dead and done, and that they are not buying the football club. So we're still hoping that there is a possibility that they sell. And here's a report here from Tom Morgs that just says that the Manchester United sale is very much on. Sources close to the Glazer family again deny claims the process to sell Man United has been shelved. Take this with a pinch of salt, obviously, guys, because like I say, there's lots of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, etc. in place. Nobody can really know exactly truly what's going on unless you're in the inner sanctum of the Glazer shithouses or Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim and these guys. But it does look like this is still available. Nobody's come out and outright said this deal's dead and done and we're not buying the football club because the Glazers are staying. Nobody has said that. So we're still hoping, we are still hoping that we can get rid of these wank bags very, very soon. Get in there, my son. So hashtag Glazers out. Remember, guys, to protest in any which way that you can. In fact, I'll just highlight this for a second because the 1958 are trying to basically bring Man United fans together in order to, to claim back United. And they've set up a new website, which is claimbackunited.the1958.net. Which says, basically today we launched the Claim Back United website. Register to stand side by side with us and fellow fans. Our unity is our strength and we need that voice in its thousands. Please join us and we will guarantee you one thing, our pledge to the United fan base. So obviously the 1958 have been a very vocal sort of fan group in order to try and raise awareness of what the Glazer shithouses have been doing in a very, very negative fashion, running this football club. And this is an opportunity to get involved and bandy some ideas around, to band together and be a part of planned protests and things like that. So give them a follow on social media, check out the new website, get involved. Big up the 1958, nice one. So get the shithouse Glazers out of this football club, because that's indeed what they are, is a massive bunch of shithouses. 100%. Oh, okay. Right, let's get on to Antony then. I don't really want to discuss it, but we'll just cover it very briefly, guys. But, Antony dos Santos, what a horrible situation. He has obviously been, not suspended, but he's been given a leave of absence at the football club due to these allegations that are hanging over him. He's being given time and freedom to basically defend himself. He has been trying to defend himself as well. And, you know, there's been lots of different sort of bits and bobs coming out. He's shared on his social media accounts over the last 24 hours screenshots of WhatsApp messages between him and Lena, this woman that's accusing him of certain things. And, you know, this is from James Ducker that says that Man United winger Antony has hit back at his latest accuser, Ingrid Lena, and branded her a fraudster. Telegraph has seen a document that alleges 1,759 messages were exchanged between Antony and Lena between August 10th and December 12th last year. And, you know, there's a lot of different reports coming out to suggest that, you know, that Antony is essentially trying to defend himself here. He's proclaiming his innocence. So, I mean, I'm not going to read all of this guff out that's on the right side of the screen right here, but it's basically just some, it's some translations of WhatsApps and things like that between Ingrid Lena and Antony, which basically, you know, suggest that she's, you know, trying to play silly buggers, and he's not done anything wrong here, essentially. And then there's also a new sort of bit of statement that's come out from Antony here as well, which suggests this. I talked to Ingrid on WhatsApp when she went to Portugal to attend her cousin's birthday. She asked to come here to Manchester to meet me with a clear intention of meeting me intimately, including asking me if I preferred red or white lingerie. I bought a ticket and booked a hotel for her. In fact, I met her at the mentioned hotel and we had an intimate and consensual encounter. Although she insisted that we meet again for another intimate encounter, due to scheduling issues, I was unable to see her again as she returned to Brazil. Since then, I have never met her again. All of this that I narrate now is undoubtedly proven in the WhatsApp messages, which I just do not publish in full to preserve the right to privacy. However, I will make available to the appropriate channels if necessary to prove my innocence, as well as to propose the competent reparatory action and request for investigation. So, you know, fair play to Antony here on this one. I really hope that this is true. Again, this needs to be investigated by the law and by all, you know, parties involved here, obviously, and they need to try and reach a fair conclusion. But this looks good for Antony if he's shared these screenshots, as long as they're not doctored and fabricated and things like that. This is what he had suggested what Gabriella Cavallin had done with certain screenshots as well, that they fabricated them. Antony shared a bunch of screenshots, and look, it sounds like, you know, I'm not suggesting anybody's innocent or guilty here, but it sounds like she's a tart looking for some money. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me in regards to this particular lady. Ingrid Lena, she's come over, obviously, she shared these screenshots where she's saying, what sort of lingerie do you want? And, you know, all this. And they've set up a booty call, so to speak. They've set up a booty call. And they've proceeded to go through with this particular booty call. And maybe Antony's the type of, you know, smash you and leave you type. And he's like, you know, I don't know. He's like, been there, done that, got some substance on the t-shirt, and now it's time to move on to the next notch on the bedpost. Who knows if he's that like that or not? Either way, she wanted to see him again, and he was busy, and blah blah blah, all the rest of it. And maybe now, just maybe now, you know, there you go. It's not looking too good for her, is what I'm saying. If this has all been proven to be correct as well, then that's the case. So, yeah, and also, I don't know if you saw this as well, guys, which is some leaked phone transcript. So the leaked phone transcript, which has been given to the United Stand of all people, right, who Goldbridge should know better, mate. He should know better, because surely, you know, this transcript and stuff should be private until a case is actually being talked about in court, because, you know, that could be a serious bit of defense going on. It gives people time to counter things. It gives people time to make things up, fabricate things. If you just come in and hit them with this transcript in a court setting, that could really defend Antony to a fantastic position. So I do actually think that this is, you know, a little bit gash by the United Stand here to even leak this stuff. But you know my thoughts on those melts. But there you go. This is what this says, though. One of the victims who claimed to be abused by Antony has had a telephone transcript leaked by the United Stand, shows that Antony did not make an assault on the alleged victims. There was mentions of cash to lie about Antony and create a false narrative about Antony. So if this is true, right, then this is obviously very good for Antony, but it would have been even better. Obviously, if this wasn't put out there in the public eye, I think, because then it would have given them, a really great, strong defense, which nobody would have had any information on, which they could have, which they now can try and counter to some degree, if you know what I'm saying. But either way, it does look like, obviously, that, there is some, what's the word, conspiracy, perhaps, to make Antony look a lot worse than he actually is, and to try and commit some sort of a crime against Antony. So, look, we've got to give, as I said it before, guys, innocent until proven guilty. You kind of have to just say, let's let him defend himself and don't judge him beforehand, because there is a lot of women, there's a lot of men, there's a lot of everything out there in modern society who are just after cash, who don't care about dragging other people's reputations and names through the mud. Maybe they feel hurt, maybe they feel scorned, whatever the case may be. And they're trying to hurt this guy, trying to bring this guy down for whatever benefit they see, either to hurt their reputation, to hurt them, and to get some revenge, or maybe just for money. So you honestly really have to be careful. Stay strong out there, kings. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong out there, kings. Because, you gotta, in regards to the dating game, it's a bigger minefield than it ever has been. It really is. There's obviously a lot of unscrupulous individuals, both men and women, who are not as who don't have that integrity that maybe you do. So what I'm saying is, you've got to give this guy a benefit of the doubt. It sounds like there's potential lies and fabrications that are being made to hurt Antony and maybe to get people money, essentially. So that's what I wanted to talk about very briefly, just to say, innocent until proven guilty. Give Antony the benefit of the doubt, I suppose, until now. It's a very serious matter. United have suspended him right now to protect him and to help him, to have time to defend himself and focus on defending himself. But it's not an admission of guilt. Man United suspended him, or not even suspended him, but leave of absence, is nothing to do with him being guilty. In fact, it's the more that's coming out about this case, it looks like potentially that Antony is innocent. Obviously, there's there's three different women that are alleging things to Antony, though. So this is just one of them, and he's going to have to defend himself for all these allegations that are being made against him. But it is very much just, it's the unknown. It's somebody's word against somebody else's. Hopefully these reports are true, that, this is fabricated against Antony in regards to this Ingrid Lena woman, and that he hasn't done anything wrong. And he's defended himself. He's very adamant that he hasn't done anything wrong. He's shared WhatsApps, he's shared messages, and he's given us the background, etc., of what's happened. So, yeah, I think that for now, just reserve your judgment on Antony, guys. Reserve your judgment on Antony. Right, okay, I'm gonna get into the live chat in a minute now and see what you legends are thinking about Antony, Sancho, or El Ghazi, or anything else we've discussed. Before I do us a big honour of smashing that like button on the video. Give us a massive like spike. Help this stream get to 200 likes. We're aiming for 200 likes for this stream this evening, so please do hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Drop a little like on it if you haven't done. That'll be immense. We're on 161 right now. We just need another 39 likes to get to 200 likes. So take a second and drop a thumbs up on the stream if you haven't. Smash the likes, smash the subscribe button as well, and get yourself involved for the Q&A. You do need to be subscribed for the ability to comment on the stream, but once you are subscribed, you can comment straight away, so get yourself involved. Well, I'm going to pop over to Twitter. Shout out to all the legends here who have retweeted the show. I'm going to shout out everyone that's reposted the show on Twitter. That helps us out big time as well. Big up the 15 legends who have retweeted. Let's give you a shout out. Guy Am Legend, thank you for the quoted tweet there, my son. Very nice. Appreciate you, dude. Get in there, you beauty. Also, we've had 14 more retweets here from the likes of Aaron Homeyard, Sin Games, Sanjay Ramatar, VIP Spliffy 420, Luan France, Stephen Braun, The Goat, Richard Wisterpeck, G-Dad Gamer, MUFC Brummy Reds, Vincent Bullock, J United and Gaming, Boomy, Mark, United Mark, and Jarvis Cocker, you legend as well. Party on, Garth. Tommy Boyle as well. Thank you, Tommy Boyle, for the late retweet as well. You Don, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Get in there, you legends. Right, I'm going to do a rundown of what we've discussed, and then we'll get into the live chat for a Q&A. Zayn Miyasi says, if Antony has done that, 20 years in Alcatraz. If the lady has lied, 20 years on a desert island with Harry Maguire for banter and to be tortured from boredom. That's a great punishment, mate. I would prefer Antony's sentence of 20 years in Alcatraz, to be fair. Doesn't it have to be fair? You know, being stuck on a desert island with Harry Maguire, that's like one of the worst things that could ever be imaginable, to be honest. So I think you should probably have equality. We want equality, mate. It should be 20 years stuck on a desert island with Harry Maguire for either or. You know what I mean? Why'd you have to change it, Zane? But no, fair play to you, Zane Miassi. God, that sounds horrendous, doesn't it? Hanging out on a desert island for 20 years with Slappy Maguire. Crikey. Now, that is not a very nice prospect. Oh, my goodness me. That is a tough sentence, isn't it? Yeah. If they want to basically, like, deter people from doing crimes, serious crimes, that would be a great way to deter them, to suggest that they have to, I don't know, maybe spend a bit of time in a Mykonos jail cell with Harry Maguire. Great shout there, my man. Thank you very much for getting in. Say Miassi, appreciate you, dude. Right, quickly, what we discussed tonight then. So reports that Man United linked with Anwar El Ghazi, Dutch 28-year-old winger who is currently a free agent who Man United could sign to just give us an extra body to make up for the fact that we've got no Antony and no Sancho at this moment in time. But we do have Pellistri, we do have Amad Diallo, we do have Mount, we do have Bruno, we do have some options in that right wing. So, you know, it is what it is, really. It's probably a nonsense story, and we should just stick with what we've got at the moment because it makes the most sense to give a chance to somebody like Pellistri, who's deserving of an opportunity. As we mentioned, Antony has hit back at Ingrid Lehner, defending himself with, these sort of statements and things, saying that, I'm not going to read it again, but it's up on the screen there if you want to see it. That's obviously big news. Sancho, very understandably, being seriously criticised by various people right now because he's still sticking to his guns of having that statement that he posted on social media and pinned to his Twitter wall. And if he's still going to operate like that, it's unlikely that he's going to get back into Manchester United's team and rekindle that relationship with Ten Hag. So Ten Hag, understandably not happy with Jadon Sancho at this moment in time, and he did not get the response he wanted after calling him out for his bad training week. Piss poor from Sancho there. What a melter. Paul Pogba has been suspended for doping. He's tested positive for testosterone. So perhaps doing the old testosterone replacement therapy in order to help his recovery and repair after injuries and things like that. Who knows? At this moment, he's got the option to request his B sample, which could clear him of any wrongdoing. But if found guilty, he faces 2 years suspension, could be up to 4 years if he has been found to have done it deliberately. So, but that is, that's not the easiest thing to prove that he's done something deliberately. So a lot of time this happens in like the MMA world quite a lot, where somebody tests positive for a banned substance. And a lot of the time they can actually prove that they were taking, say, like a protein supplement or something, or whatever, some sort of legal supplement. And often, if they can prove that there's a batch or something that's got some of this stuff in there and it will show up in your system, then maybe they can kind of cover themselves by saying, well, I was taking this supplement which shouldn't have had this in, but it did. And if that can be proved by a lab, which often it can be actually, believe it or not, then perhaps he could get off with the deliberate part of things. But in my opinion, the chances of taking testosterone, accidentally, is very, very low. There you go. Especially any levels that would show up to fail a drugs test, etc. So, we'll see. But this B sample needs to be taken, obviously. And if he's prepared to do that, or if he admits guilt, obviously that's another story. But right now, he has the option to request a B sample. And if that's positive, he'll face a hearing unless he admits to taking the banned substance. If guilty, Pogba faces a 2-year ban. And this can be doubled if proven the substance was taken deliberately. Not looking good for Paul Pogba. Ten Hag looking at Antonio as well, centre-back option. Bruno doing bits tonight for Portugal. Glazer sale still on. And United in talks with a new sponsor, Qualcomm, potentially for a new front of shirt sponsored from the 2014-15 season. Right then, we're going to get stuck into the live chat for a few minutes, guys. Thanks for everyone for being here. Drop a thumbs up on it. Give us a retweet. Give us a subscribe if you're new. And now's the time to have your say for a few minutes. Get in the live chat, your thoughts and opinions about anything we've discussed. Please do have your say. Trying to enjoy United news is like trying to enjoy a thumb. It's trying to thumb in a softie. Bloody hell, Aussie Kamola, lad. I feel you on that one, my son. Jarvis says Paul Pogba just wanted to get his libido going after joining a deflated Juventus. Give the lad a break. Hey, fair play to you, Jarvis. I understand that, When you get into your 30s, it's not easy, is it, mate? I'm saying you need a bit of help sometimes, lad. He should have got on the old Blue Chew. Nothing about the prick's vanities accidental, says the mustard. Interesting. Yeah, fair one. I moved the tweet browser. Oh, shit. I fucked it, Sing Games. I've just tried to do it. It's not working, mate. Okay, don't worry about that. Thank you for letting me know that. But yes, I've absolutely mashed up the tweet browser there, haven't I? I've proper mashed it. I tried to press Control Z and it's not worked, mate. It's not worked. Hey, you know what? Fuck that. Gonna get off that. It's the bane of my life, that thing down there, my son. The bane of my life, lad. Anyway, I'll just cover it up with that for now. So, thanks for letting me know, though. You accidentally injected testosterone into your thigh while I was sleeping. Totally accidental. Wow, it happens. Yeah. Thank you, Raj. That's a nice grinder with the content. Thank you very much, bro. I didn't actually do an afternoon stream today because I had a monster headache. I've still got a bit of a monster headache now, actually, but I had a monster headache. Just woke up in ill today with a monster headache. And I've had some sort of illness, some sort of flu the last couple of days, haven't I? It's been Meltfest, and today I just had a monster headache for all the day, so I didn't really want to do a stream sat in front of the lights. I'm feeling all right tonight, though, but still have a bit of headache. Is it true Sancho's leaving, Piggy? There's no real confirmation or anything, but there is links with teams like Dortmund, Bayern, maybe Saudi Arabia. But there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts as to whether or not Sancho can go. He's on too much money, and he's too much money to buy. He's just very unlikely that we could actually sell the guy. Tommy says, what I meant about Elanga was that he was about to turn a corner. Perfect Aiden experience to go up a level. Fair one, yeah. Look at how he started the season for Nottingham Forest. He does look good, doesn't he? And we still employ McTominay and Slabby. I agree. I know. I'd rather have a young, hungry player than a proven, experienced melter. Yo, Randall McMondo, you're in your 50s, lad. Think I need a miracle. Hey, you could get on the testosterone, lad, and that will help you out. Help with muscle repair and shit like that. Look at people like Joe Rogan. He's in his 50s and he's a bit of a machine because he's testosteroned up to the fucking nines and on human growth hormone and shit like that. I'm not advising it. I'm just saying it can be an option for people. V2 plus 10 says Paul, PED, Pogba. COVID says Orlando. Possibly. I don't know, to be honest with you, there's Scotty problems. Who knows? Thank you, SDJC Correa says, good job beating Zane. Well, Zane Miassi, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's all a bit of banter. But, yeah, he did get those 2 yellows and that red card. And he's going to be banned for a game. He's suspended. He's gone in the book. And, he's just as well it wasn't for violent conduct, this twat. Otherwise, he'd be out for 3 matches. You know what I'm saying? Would you support a female manager for England? 100%, mate. Definitely, lad. Of course I would, dude. I mean, particularly if it was Wiegman, I think she genuinely is better option than Slabby Southgate. Gareth Southgate's a complete meltoid. I'd honestly give her a chance instead of Southgate tomorrow. I think Southgate's a proven bottle job. Paul, thank you very much for your super chat here as well, bro. He says, I wouldn't trade or loan Sancho. I'd sit him for 3 years unless he agrees to terminate his contract, a la Ronaldo. Hey, great shout there, Paul. I like your style, mate. Yeah, at this stage, maybe just cutting our losses on Jade and let him go for nothing might actually benefit everybody involved. That's a fair point, Paul. I'd sit him on the bench for an extended period of time as well to teach him a lesson until he's literally grovelled and apologised and gone and jumped through all the necessary hoops that he needs to jump through to make this situation right. Great shout there, Mr. Paul, lad. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get some super chat emojis in there for him. We have got a super chat emoji, which looks like that, which you can use when somebody super chats. Nice one. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you, dude. Get an extra match, says Massey. You what? United is more like Manchester United cell block H. It is actually, unfortunately, yeah. What's this? Travis says, I don't care who the manager is as long as they are good. Precisely, yeah. Well, we know Southgate has done quite well at the last couple of major tournaments, but he's not got that killer instinct or that, I don't know, that winner's mentality, that sort of go for it mentality. Whereas the to be fair to the winners of the England women's team, they have had that. Yeah, Zamiassi, thank you for the potential banana skin. You what, lad? Thank you for getting in here raw with a super sticker of a banana skin. What's that all about, lad? Is that Arsenal slipping up yet again this season, mate? Maybe leading the league for a significant amount of time, only to slip on a banana skin and fail and melt their best opportunity for years to win the title? Is that what that is? Montreal says Southgate should have been axed like Hansi Flick got axed by now, even though I think Flick should have been sacked earlier. Yeah, I'm with you, bud. I think after the last tournament, Southgate had served his time and ran his course, and we were never going to get anything more out of him. And just look at what he's doing now, selecting people like Pickford and Maguire and just doing the same old guff. It's just going to be more of the same under Southgate. England boys would probably play better under a mum-type manager, says Tommy Boyle. That's it. They need to be mollycoddled, don't they? Women won the Euros. We didn't. They got through the World Cup final. We didn't. Exactly. We won't under Southgate. I'm with you as well. Let them go for free isn't a fair point. That would be moronic. He cost 35 mil. Yeah, no. It's not going to happen, mate. That's not going to happen. No, we'd have to get some cash for him. Because we paid 73 mil, like you said. With everything going on, have you revised where we'll finish this season, Piggo? No, I haven't actually. I mean, maybe third. I think I said second previously, but I'm going to go third. I think we're good enough to get the third. I still actually have to make a season predictions video. I haven't got round to doing that yet. I'm going to do that while this international break's still going on. So mark my words, before the 16th, before we're back for the next game, I will release a cheeky little video just giving you my season's predictions. It's a bit late to do it, but it's better late than never, I suppose. And then we can see sort of what the vibe is. But I think we'll probably finish third now, bro. It is, but, you know, coaching's coaching, Ulster. Coaching is coaching. And, you know, a lot of it, I think, can translate over, you know. Steve, have you never seen Ted Lasso, mate? He was an American football coach. Steve can't be a good manager for United. You what? 5th place in your opinion? Fair play. 5th, sorry, so stay gold. We wouldn't terminate Maguire's contract. No way will they do it with Sancho cost even more. Both Arsenal and United slipping on the banana skin and we were slipping to third, says Jams of Highlights. You what? Hey, what's going on there, MERC TV? What's happening, lad? Oh, you missed a whole bunch. Too much to go through right now, but please do watch the video from the start if you want to, everybody, and you'll figure it out. But, yeah, I mean, just to answer El Ghazi, gash or lazy journalism, it's both. It's gash and lazy journalism, to be fair. I think it's just somebody who's like a free agent who they look at and say, oh, he's Dutch. He's got some sort of connection with Ajax football in the past, even though Ten Hag came when he left. And he's been in the Premier League and he's 28. And yeah, he's going to be wanted by United. It's just lazy shite, isn't it? I agree with that. I think it probably is just gash journalism. Stacey Solomon for next England manager. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to read a couple more comments out, guys. Then I'm going to have to wrap this stream up. It's getting late and my headache's coming back. So, you know. But thank you all for being here. It's been a great stream. Make sure you smash that like button on it. Give us a big thumbs up. Smash the subscribe button and all that. And we'll be back on tomorrow with the latest United news. We're also doing a watch along for the England game tomorrow too. Which, oh, dude, I haven't... Is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow, isn't it, guys? Wait a second. I've melted with this. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, isn't it? Tuesday evening. Shit. We are doing a watch along for that game, guys. Just to see how people are getting on. People like, you know, what's the word? McTominay and Maguire and co and people like this. So, hang on. I'm going to have to set the stream up real quick. I'll set it up now. Yeah, it is. Zamy Ashley, thank you very much for another super chat, mate. Says, Piggy, what's your favourite Transformers movie? And who would Maguire play? Can be non-human part also. Right. Okay, Zamy Ashley, my favourite one, I guess, would be the first one with Megan Fox in. You know, it's the only one I've ever seen, to be honest with you, mate, because I'm not an absolute fucking virgin geek melt. But I have seen the first one, lad. And, you know, it was all right. Not too bad. Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox involved. It was decent, lad. You know, it was all right. Not bad. I'd give it a not bad out of 10, lad. Not terrible. Who would he play? No, I mean, you know, I don't really know. I don't really know many of them, mate. I'm going to say he would play Optimus, not Prime. You know what I mean? I don't really know many of them, mate, to be honest. Literally, he's the only one that I know, actually. I'm going to say Optimus, not Prime, because he's absolutely not Prime, and he's fucking shite. So, not Optimus, not Prime. That's who he plays. You know? Not Optimus, not Prime. There you go. That's the only way to really put it. He does kind of resemble Optimus Prime, though. He's a big fucking slab of a man, isn't he? You know, he's a big fucking slabber, man. And he's also got that transformative ability, you know. You have to give him some credit there and say that Slabby Maguire is a transformer of sorts. Because not only can he transform into a centre-back, you know, he can also transform into a goal-scoring centre-back, an OG merchant. He can also transform into a tea-boy. He can make a decent cup of coffee and a decent cup of chai. He can also transform into a laundry person who can fold sheets. He can make you a sandwich. You know, he's pretty good at that. He's good at cutting up the halftime oranges. He is a transformer of sorts, this guy. So you got to respect it. Respect to Slabby Maguire. He's an absolute melter. Not Optimus, not Prime. That's all I'm going for there. Say, sorry to disappoint you, mate, but I've only seen the first Transformers film. And, you know, I was more of a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers kind of lad when I was growing up as well. Biker Mice from Mars, maybe. You know, so I wasn't even massively into Transformers when I was a kid. I liked a bit of He-Man, to be fair, a bit of He-Man, Masters of the Universe, you know what I'm saying? A bit of He-Man, I have the power, etc. So, or Thundercats. Thundercats are on the loose. Thundercats are, yeah, you know. But, yeah, sorry to disappoint you there about my Transformer knowledge, bro. Right, I'm just gonna set up this Scotland watch along, guys. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So give me a moment, and I'll set it up, and then we'll just send you over there. Everybody, you can set a reminder on it. You can also do us a massive favour by smashing the thumbs up on it. That'd be awesome as well. That'd be so sweet. We're going to be watching the game tomorrow night. What time's kick-off, guys? 7:45, is it? Let me go have a look. I think it's 7. I'll just put... let's have a look. For tomorrow. But yeah, England versus Scotland tomorrow should be an interesting sort of a game. It's a friendly. It's not any sort of qualifier or anything. It's just a friendly. It's the oldest fixture in international football, obviously. So, yeah. 7:15 I'll set it up for, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to pop this up. And then it'll be all good. Let me get the thumbnail. Thundercats are on the run. Thundercats are loose. Okie dokie. We are sorted, guys. So, Scotty McTominay. Aye, that's right, my name's Scotty McTominay. I'm a big lover of the deep-fried battered Mars bar. I wish you'd do me the cheeky deep-fried battered can of brew, my son. Right, I've just set this up, peeps. So it's going to be on for 7:15 tomorrow. Please do go and set a reminder. We'll be on there to watch the game together, and it'll be a bit of fun. So that's set up. Let me just get you the link for the show, and please go over there at the end of this video, smash a thumbs up on it, set a reminder if you want, and come back tomorrow and watch the game with us. It'll be much appreciated. Nice one. Right, cool. Scotland versus England vibes. We're going to batter them. What's your prediction, everybody, for that game? I reckon we batter them raw. I'm going for 2-0. 2-0 to England. We're going to batter them. Actually, 3-1. 3-1 to England, because we probably will concede, because we are a bit of a melter when it comes to... Yeah, Hoopman says 2-1 Scotland or a 2-2 draw. Hey, that's right. The Hoopman getting in here with his body Scottish vibes. Fair play to you, my son. Got to respect it. But, nah, you're going to get battered, lad. You're getting battered, lad. Right, here we go. Here it is. Scotland watch-along. I'll just put it to the top of the live chat. Everyone, go over there. Do us a massive favour at the end of this stream. Go and smash a thumbs up on it. You know it makes sense, right? There it is. I'll pin it to the top of the chat. Scots win, says Mal. Simon says if Scotland win, we'll never hear the last of it. I know, it's bragging rights. 2-2 draw. Scott McTominay will score, says King Boomy. El Ghazi just followed us on social media, says Martin McGrath. It's interesting, bro. Very interesting. Go Scotland, says SDJC Correa. 4-0 to England, says V2 plus 10. Scotty Mac hat-trick, says Luan. England 3, Scotland 1, says Jay. Maguire own goal, says Paul. Maybe. It is in Scotland, I love handles. That's true. 3-0 Scotland. Hey, Jamza, thank you for putting the link to the Extra Clips channel. Guys, go and subscribe to the Extra Clips channel if you're not as well. Flying Pig United Extra with an X, XTRA. There it is. Go and give it a subscribe. That is over in the chat. That's in the chat there. Thank you very much, Jamza. I've already... What? Sorry, I've just accidentally... How did I click on that, mate? That's from... I thought Jamie Ashley had posted the same shite in there for a second, but... Oh, okay, sorry. He says Rice and Saka to score. Jamie Ashley, chill your boots, bruv. Chill your boots, man. To be fair, you know, I'd welcome it for England. Like I said earlier at the start of the show, Saka's a great player. Rice, on the other hand, I don't really see him scoring, lad. Jamie Ashley, you need to calm down, bro. You need to calm down with all your nonsense getting in here, lad, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to expose you, mate. Otherwise, I'll expose you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Steady on. Anyway, don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, right. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here. I appreciate you all. You're a bunch of legends. Catch you on the next one. Do us a favour. Smash that like button. Oh, for fuck's sake, Zane. He says, could United beat Scotland? Zane, we actually would fucking batter Scotland, mate. Just like we would have battered you if that Garnacho goal stood and we weren't completely fucking robbed by your VAR Arsenal guff. You know what I mean? Of course we'd batter Scotland, mate. What are you talking about? Scotland's best player is Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay's one of our worst players. Of course we'd fucking batter Scotland, lad. You're talking absolute nonsense. Fucking unbelievable. Say Massey, give it a rest, son. Wind your neck in, son. Cheers, Travadinho. Thank you, everyone. Right, guys, thank you, everyone, for getting in here tonight. I do appreciate it. Say Massey, what's your issue, bud? What is your major malfunction, Say Massey? Right, catch you in a bit. Stay classy, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you, Aaron. Hey, hope that surgery goes well as well, bud. Much love to you, Mr. Aaron, you legend. DJ Disco Dave, done and dusted. Timmy as well. Get in there. Sing Games, Duncan, Simon, John Vallandigham, Randall McMondo, KRB, Jamza, Emperor Jerome, Gordon, Mustafa, the Hoop Man, all the moderators like Sing Games, the Hoop Man, Vutinator, Berber, everybody. Thank you so much for moderating the chat. Aaron, of course. Thank you all the members in green for supporting the channel. People like Orlando, people like Paul. CD87, welcome in as well, boss. Thank you so much, guys, for getting in here tonight. Please do smash the like before you go. We're nearly at 200. Smash the subscribe if you're new. And go and check out that link at the top of the live chat for the Scotland Watch Along. Set a reminder for it. We'll be back on tomorrow night watching that with you legends. See you then. And click the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss the streams. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com, for your latest news. And you stay classy, everyone. Come on, United. Come on, England. We're going to batter these Scots. Let's go. See you tomorrow, everybody. And remember, Piggy loves you. Also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they sink, sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.